Hare Krishna. Today we are going to take a few small topics, very small duration topics, six of them, and I'm sure it will help us in strengthening our faith in devotion and in bhakti. So before we do that, let's take some blessing from our Gurudev and do Mangalacharan so that we can repeat what we have learned from our Gurudev. वंदे श्री गुरु श्री युतपत कमलम श्री गुरुन वैष्णवश्च श्री रूपं साग्र जातम सैगन रघुनाथ द्विंतम तं सजीवम साद्वैतम स्वावधूतम परिजन सहितम कृष्ण चैतन्य देवम श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सैगन ललिता श्री विशाखांत ओम अज्ञानत्रिबंधस्य ज्ञानं शलाक्या चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम पदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौर विषय नमः हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई pay my danvat pranam to my Diksha Guru Shri Bhaktivedanta Narayan Maharaj, and thereafter my Danvat Pranam to all my Siksha Guru and to all the devotees who are listening to this video and to the audio. So here we go. The first topic I have already taken up earlier. I'm just trying to repeat it so that its emphasis is made and we can ensure that we still remember each and every aspect of it. That is the A, B, C, D, E of Bhakti path. The first one is A. A means association. We must have good association of devotees, of Vaishnavas, and that will help us to move together in the direction of Bhakti all the time. And it will help us also in taking us to the next higher planets. And then comes the B part. B means books. We must read daily or as much as possible in a week, take out time to read the books of the Shastra or the scriptures. And the two main scriptures we all know is the Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita. And later on, we can take up the related books or Shastra to these two main granths. And that could be Chaitanya Charitamrit or Jayabdhar and many other commentaries from our gurus and rishis. So that is B, and then comes C. C means chanting. There is no substitute to daily chanting. We must do the Harinam. Harinam, or the mantra, whichever your Shiksha or Diksha Guru has given, chant that name on the Tulsi Mala preferably. Because, why Tulsi Mala? Because Tulsi is very, very dear to Krishna Bhagwan Ji. So chant, chant, and chant on daily basis. Do at least one round, and then there is no limit to the number of rounds that you can do. And we know people who are doing 64 rounds also on daily basis. And what do we chant? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Chant this mantra one time on the beat, and there are 108 beats in one mala. So chant and keep on chanting, and there is no difference between Harinam and the Lord Himself. In the Kali Yuga, Harinam and Lord are the same thing. So that is the C part of the chanting, and then comes the D. The D part means dieting. So eat only that food which has been first offered to the Lord as bhog, as offering. Everything in this planet belongs to the Lord, and we must offer Him whatever we are eating and whatever we have taken from His creations, His creativity. We must first offer it to Him, and naturally, we will be offering all good things only which is recommended in our scriptures. We will be offering those types of foods only. So eat only the prasadam which has been offered to the Lord, and eat only when you are hungry. No snacking. Okay, so that is the D part, and the last one is the E, or the Ekachi. Follow Ekachi on every 2 weeks. There are 2 Ekashis in every month, and there are 24 Ekashis in a year. And follow this Ekashi. Ekashi is Ekdashi, which comes on the 11th day of the Shukla Paksh and the Krishna Paksh. So 2 Ekashis in a month. Follow those Ekashi. It doesn't mean that you don't have to eat anything. Only there are restrictions as to what you can eat. So eat only the recommended food items. For example, the fruits, the milk products. Eat only those things. And if you are very strong, then do Nirjala Ekachi. That is, do not take anything to eat and not even water. That is the peak or the best type of Ekachi that one can follow. So to conclude, follow the A, B, C, D, E of Bhakti path, and it will develop and strengthen your faith in Bhakti. A is association with devotees. B is read books and scriptures and shastras. C is the chanting of Harinam. And D is the good diet, or which has been offered to the Lord first. And E is the Ekashi. So this is one topic which I wanted to take up today. The other topic which I have brought in for today is about the difference between animals and the G or human beings. What is the difference between animals? Why are we different from animals? There is one very important this thing, and that will also help you to understand that what we are expected to do as human beings. See, the few common things between animals and human beings is that they also are born, they also die, they also breathe, they also reproduce, they also have fear, and they also eat. So these are all common things between animals and the human beings. The one basic thing that differentiates very important things is the intelligence and the bhakti. The intelligence of bhakti. Only human beings can do this bhakti. So let's not deprive ourselves for this differentiation which the Almighty has given to us to do bhakti. So please remember, and it goes for me also, that we must not deprive ourselves. Otherwise, there will not be any difference between us and the animals. Continue to do bhakti on regular basis. Okay, then the next topic which I have brought for today is the Nitya Dharma and the Namikta Dharma. What is the difference between Nitya Dharma and Namikta Dharma? See, whenever the Lord Bhagwanji creates any object, anything, he creates its characteristics also, which is called Nitya Dharma, eternal Dharma, eternal duty or characteristics of that particular thing which has been created by the Lord Himself directly. Okay. Now the Nitya Dharma of the plants and the trees is to give fruits and flowers on regular basis. The Nitya Dharma of the what you call water is to be liquid. It quenches the thirst, and it does a lot of other things also. It helps in irrigation, agriculture, etc. So these are the main things which has been created by Bhagwanji as Nitya Dharma. And now let me come to the directly to the point why I have taken this topic. The Nitya Dharma of the human being is to do seva and bhakti of Krishna Bhagwanji, of the Lord, of the Bhagwanji. So let's again not astray ourselves into other things, into Namikta Dharma or other activities, go into material sense gratifications, accumulating more and more things, material things, for our own enjoyment. Our nitya dharma, the main characteristic, the main purpose why we have been created by the Lord is to do the jap and the seva or remembrance all the time of Krishna Bhagwanji. So remember this thing, the nitya dharma of the human being is to do seva to Krishna Bhagwanji. Do only those activities which Krishna Bhagwanji wants. All the things which support the working towards Krishna Bhagwanji's expectations, do only those works. Namikta work, for example, I take the case of water. The nitya dharma of water is to be in the liquid form. But when it becomes very, very cold, it converts itself into ice. Now, that is not the nitya dharma of water, the ice. With passage of time, when the season will change or when the temperature will change, it will come back to its original form of nitya dharma, which is being liquid again. So always remember the main activities of the main dharma which has been created by Bhagwanji. What is it? And try to retain that only. Coming back to it, our nitya dharma is to do bhakti. Let's continue to do that only. And other things which are necessary for the upkeep of the body and soul together, keep that at to the minimum, but immediately come back to bhakti. So that is the other topic, the nitya dharma and the namikta dharma. The next topic which I have been popularizing quite a lot, I've been spending quite a lot. I'm once again repeating. I mean, those who are listening to me earlier also have been listening to me many times earlier. They must may recognize and recollect that this topic has been done a number of times. That is 8 plus 8 plus 8. Spend 8 hours in your body needs and sleep. Spend 8 hours towards work, whatever work you have to do, either earning or taking care of your wealth or taking care of your means which will help you to sustain yourself. So work is certainly there. कर्म तो करने ही करने हैं, कार्य तो करने ही करने हैं. So keep 8 hours for that, and the last 8 hours is for taking care of your family, taking care of your friends and social work, and certainly the spirituality, the bhakti, the devotional service. So divide your day into 8 plus 8 plus 8, 8 hours of sleep, 8 hours of work, and 8 hours of friends, relatives, family, and spirituality. So keep that in mind. And the last topic for today, which I have brought, is the understanding of the karma, especially the sanchit karma and the prarabdha karma. I repeat, the word is sanchit and prarabdha. Sanchit karma. Sanchit karma means those karma or activities which have been accumulated in our past lives, previous lives. We have had number of previous births and deaths again earlier. So all those karma, good or bad, which have been accumulated into our sanchit form, they are called sanchit. They have accumulated because whatever we do, the God always reciprocates, good or bad. So whatever good things we have accumulated in the previous births, that is, God will reciprocate in one form or the other. And whatever bad activities we have done, whatever bad karma we have done in the previous births, that will also be reciprocated. So when they accumulate together, this is called sanchit karma. All previous births, karmas, good or bad, they are called sanchit karma. And then comes the prarabdha. Prarabdha means out of those sanchit karma, whichever karma have become ripe to be followed or to be reciprocated in this particular birth, which have become ready to be implemented or followed, मतलब उसको भोगना ही भोगना है अब. So they are called prarabdha. Prarabdha is a part and parcel of the sanchit karma of the previous births. So we cannot escape this karma, the reciprocation, prarabdha. When we do a lot of bhakti, etc., at the most, God will help you to what you call follow those prarabdha or karma in an easier manner. But you cannot escape the prarabdha, the uh, effect or the impact of the prarabdha cannot be escaped. It has to be followed. It has to be gone through. It has to be undergone. At the most, the Lord can take you up in His arms and hold you together so that you can go through those prarabdha very easily, very calmly, so that even you don't realize at all when you do bhakti. So remember this thing, prarabdha and sanchit karma. Sanchit karma are for the previous, but they are all together. And whenever, whatever karma have become ripe, they are called a prarabdha, and we have to follow the impact of those prarabdha in this particular birth. And when the prarabdha which have been allocated for this life, when they are over, when they get exhausted, then mrityu comes, then the death comes, then comes another birth, then other part of the sanchit karmas will accumulate, and whatever have been accumulated, then their turn will come. And when all these sanchit karmas are over, you are very blessed. You will go to Krishna Bhagavanji's dham, Goluk Vrindavan dham. You will be in his service, in his dham. And there, whoever reaches is very fortunate. He will never come back to this planet Earth for the repeated cycle of birth and death. Whoever reaches Goluk Vrindavandam never returns back on this planet Earth for another birth. So that is another topic for today. Remember Sanchit Karma and Prarabdha Karma. So to repeat, today I have brought in the 5 basics of the Bhakti path, that is association, the books, the chanting, the diet, and the Ekashi. And then we have taken up today what is the difference between human beings and the animals. Bhakti demarcates us between animals and human beings. So remember to do bhakti very vigorously, very systematically, under the guidance of a guru, preferably. And then 8 plus 8 plus 8, and then Sanchit Karma and Prarabdha Karma. Want to take up another topic? Quick one, very quick one. Okay, there are 5 types of questions which should always be in your mind. The questions also, and the mind, and the answers also. It should always be, I mean, in your mind as you move on in your daily routine work. The first one is, who am I? मैं कौन हूँ? I am a jeev. Right? I am a human being, and I have my limitations. I am born, I will do my work, and I will die. So remember that. Who am I? I am a jeev who is bound to die. My soul is eternal, but my body is not eternal. It will die one day. Then I am whom? मैं किसका हूँ? Remember this question, second one. I am of God. मैं भगवान का अंश हूँ. I am part and parcel of भगवान. Remember that. Just like the rays of the sun are inseparable, but they are not the same. Sun and the rays of the sun are not same, but they are linked together. Right? They are part and parcel of the sun. Similarly, we are part and parcel of God. We belong to God. Remember that. And then why I am here on this planet? Why I am not in Golok Vrindavan Dham where Krishna Bhagwan Ji or the Lord lives himself. I am here because of my bad karmas, because of my stubbornness to run after material things for sense gratification, because I have forgotten to do service to Lord all the time. मैं अपनी मनमानी करना चाह रहा हूँ. I want to do of my own free will. स्वतंत्रता, हमको स्वतंत्रता चाहिए. Therefore, I have not obeyed the Lord's, sermons or what He expects us to do. He expects us to do all the time to remember Him and to do His seva. Therefore, I am here. He has given us an opportunity to amend ourselves again, to do bhakti once again, always to do karma which are in the service of the Lord. Therefore, I am here because I have not followed His directions and inscriptions. And I am here since when? I am here. This is the question. And the answer to this is I am here since time immemorial. I am what you call Chitkal se, ever since the Srishti was made, created. My Sanchit karma and prarabdha have not been exhausted. Therefore, I am here. Okay. And lastly, how can I get out of here? Need I reply to you that you already know it? Through bhakti. When all our sanchit and prarabdha karma are over and we do regular bhakti under the guidance of a guru, we can get out of here and reach the Golok Vrindavan. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. These are the 5 questions also. You can always keep it in mind. Who am I? I'm whom? मैं किसका हूँ? And then I'm here since when? And how can I get out of here? And why I am here? So remember these. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Stay tuned in. We will take up more topics which will help us to do our bhakti in a more firm manner. Hare Krishna.